Hi traders, welcome to this week's Forex forecast from Infinity Waves. So on our first list is Australian dollar, US dollar. Last week we said Australian dollar is supposed to go up to continue this correction over here, but it moved a bit down around these levels. So right now we are still expecting for this one to go up, for this to complete, then it goes back down. So we are already in the buys of Australian dollar, US dollar. So we'll be looking for buys to go all the way up. So our next pair is DXY. DXY, we are still in the correction. We wanted to complete the correction first of all. Then we are on this area, so we are waiting for price to come all the way down, then for another climb up. So DXY, we're still waiting for this correction as from our previous video, for this one to come down, then we take our next buys all the way up. But we have our long-term target for DXY, which is supposed to be around these areas, for DXY. So we wait for this structure to complete for our next buys up. So that's for DXY. Our next pair we want to look at is New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen. From our analysis last week in our video, we were waiting for this structure to complete, then for it to go up. So it is supposed to come all the way here, then do another fall down. So if I take you back to our analysis, which we posted on our TradingView account, let me take it here. It is New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen. So this was our analysis on 19th July. As you can see, price was around this region. We are waiting for this one to go up. So let's see how price has performed. So price is already in motion from this area going up. So it's supposed to reach these levels, then come back down. So we're still in a corrective structure heading down to complete wave 4. So that's for New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen. Now our next pair we wanted to look at was Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. Canadian dollar, Japanese yen is still in a corrective structure. Let me take you to the chart for Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. Here it is. We're still in this corrective structure. As you can see, price is already around this. Price came to this region down here. Now it's going up. We were also waiting it around this region, but it extended to these levels of 100%, which is also an extension level for wave 5. So from what we were expecting, we expect it to come around this region, around 87 regions, and for it to go down. But unfortunately, it came back down here, then it went up. So if I take you to our analysis, which we did for Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, the chart we posted here on our TradingView account, here it is, Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. So when we posted this on 19th July, price was around 85.733, this region. So we are expecting it to go shoot all the way up. Let's see how it performed. And it moved quite well, around 200 pips in our favor. So here it is around this region. So right now expecting it to come a bit down for it to go and complete this structure, then move all the way down. So we hope if you tell you that this pair, we got some good pips from it. And now if I take you back to another currency pair that we are actually trying to look at is pound dollar. Pound dollar, we were waiting for this structure to complete around these regions for it to go up, and price already going up. So we will wait for it to come all the way to these regions for it now to go back down. So we already in our buy setups to go up. So wherever the market will end, we are sure it's a confirmation, and that's exactly where we will take our next sell. So with pound dollar, we're still biased on the upside for it to complete a corrective structure, then for another move down. So our next pair we want to look at is New Zealand dollar, Australian dollar. This one we're still in a corrective structure as well. So price is still in these regions, but we're also waiting for it to go all the way around this region or this region over here, then to go back down and sell. So we'll see how this week and also it's almost end month, the beginning of a new phase in the market from next week. So we will be very careful to trade this week for this pair. So but for New Zealand dollar, supposed to complete this structure, corrective structure, then for it to go back down. So we wait for it to complete here, then up, then we go back down. So our next currency pair we were looking at was New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc. We are still waiting for this structure to complete all the way to wave 2 region. So price was around this region when we did our video analysis. So it's supposed to go all the way to these regions, then to come all the way back up, back down. So it can either end at here at 0.5 or 0.65569, then come down, or also end around this region and come down. As long as it's a retracement level, we'll see how price reacts to that particular level. So that's for New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc. So our next pair is Australian dollar, Japanese yen. Australian dollar, Japanese yen, we're waiting for it to come here around this region for it to go up. But unfortunately, what happened? It came all the way to these regions, then came back up. So it's still in a corrective phase, and it's still also following the corrective direction which was supposed to be going. So it's supposed to come all up to these regions, then to come all the way back down to complete the major corrective structure. So that's for Australian dollar and Japanese yen. The next currency pair that we want to look at, we also on our watch list, was Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. This pair has really done well since April. There, it did move down. So from last week, we were waiting for this structure to complete here, and it's supposed to come out around these regions, then complete the major corrective structure all the way down. So we have to see how price behaves around this area, and for us to take our next move. But for now, we are waiting for this corrective move to happen. So as you can see, this move going down here was an impulse. It was very sharp, it was very fast. So we expect the next move to be a correction going up, which will be a bit slow. It can turn out to be a complex correction. So we'll see how price behaves around this area for our next impulse down. So that's for Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. Our next watch list was USD card. USD card moved very fast on Monday. Last week on Monday, it moved very fast up to these regions. But for us, we were expecting it to come up to around here, then do what? Then do another move going down. But what happened? It came back around this region. We took our sales around here, came down with it, down. So it gave us around 180 pips for this particular pair. So we hope we got some pips from this pair. If you got pips from it, give us a thumbs up, like the video, and let's see how we can do more of this analysis for you guys. So that's for US dollar, Canadian dollar. So for now, we're waiting for this move up here around this region, then for it to go again down up to around this area. So wait for corrective structures to complete, then we enter our other sales all the way down. But remember, our main move for USD CAD is up, is going up. From this structure, our main move is going up. So our first impulse has already started. So now we are in our corrective phase up to these regions. Then we continue up with our next impulse move up. So that's for USD, Canadian dollar. Our other pair that was on our watch list was Euro dollar. Euro dollar, we are still waiting for a corrective structure to complete. So Euro dollar can either come down up to this region over here, then move up, or it can also as well just continue with the trend all the way up. So we are biased on the upside to complete a major corrective structure for the next move down. So that's for Euro dollar. Now our next currency pair we want to look at was US dollar, Swiss franc. US dollar, Swiss franc, we are still in corrective phase. This region, from last week, we said we are waiting for it to complete this move all the way up to down here for us to take our next buy setups going up. So we have to wait for price to complete a corrective structure in this area. Trading corrections can be very risky. So if you're trading corrections, know your limits, risk small, don't risk too much, risk exactly what you want to lose, because you might enter a trade but it's still in a corrective structure and it can burn you out in a bad way. So for us, we normally wait for corrections to complete, then we now take our trades at our next pulse move. So for USD, Swiss franc, we wait for this move to complete and we go back up with it. So our next pair we were looking at was gold. Gold made a sharp move down on Monday, but we are still biased on gold to the upside. Gold, we are expecting it to reach around these levels of 1854 areas. So we are expecting this move to go up. It can be a bit slow move or a very sharp move. So we're waiting for it to come around these areas. Then we see how it will perform for us to take it the next impulse, either down or up. So whatever happens around this area at 1854 or 1860, we'll see how price behaves and we'll act to how the price moves. But we're still biased on the upside move. So that's for gold. Our next currency on the watch list was a pound card. Pound card still correct. It's still in the next impulse phase. It completed these 5 moves up, completed this move up, this correction up, down. Now our next move is supposed to be up for an impulse. So right now we are in this region. So we're waiting price to complete around this area. Can be like a flat correction, this coming this way, for it to break back up. So that's for pound card. Waiting for this correction to complete, then for it to go back up. So as you trade carefully, risk small, don't have a risk account, but as well trade responsibly. So that's the major pair that we're actually looking at. Now, if I take you back to stocks for last week, let's see how stocks did. For Alibaba Group Holdings, we are expecting buys to the upside. So for Alibaba, we are waiting for this move down here to complete. This is our buy region for it to go back up. So if we get the buy structure around this area, we will take our buys. But we can also wait for it to complete this move up to this region for it to go back up. So that's for Alibaba and the stocks. For Disney, let's see how Disney has been moving, outperforming. Yes, Disney is still a buy setup for us. We're still biased on the upside. So if you want to buy Disney, you can buy Disney now on your stocks account and hold it. It's supposed to go up to around this region of 254 area. Around this region, see here. Yep, supposed to go up to there. So buy Disney and hold. Use proper risk management. Stocks are good and they can give you better returns as well. But never forget to trade responsibly. Don't over-risk your account. Trade nicely, and everything will be nice on your side. So our next stock we were looking at was Virgin Galactic. Let's see how Virgin Galactic moved or performed. If I take you back to our post that we did for this Virgin Galactic on our account for TradingView, Virgin Galactic, let's see how it was. Virgin Galactic, it is. We're waiting for Virgin Galactic to come all the way here, all the way to this is around 27.30. So this was July 14th, price was around 32.80. So waiting for this move to come down here for it to go back up. So let's see how it is performing now. So as you can see, it's already moving in this analysis region. So right now is a good time to buy Virgin Galactic and move with it all the way up. So trade responsibly as well. So if I take you back to our previous analysis for Virgin Galactic, how it was around April, March there, yeah, it is around May, here it is. So around May 24th, price was these regions. So we are biased on the upside move. So let's see how price behave with this analysis. Here it is, and it moved up quite well for us. We took our buy setups from these regions. We went back with it. So now it's a correction move up to around this area. Then we take our next buy setups going up. So that's for Virgin Galactic. Now for our next stock we wanted to look at. Let me take it back. Our next stock is HD Home Depot. Let's see Home Depot, how Home Depot is. So Home Depot, we are waiting for this move to complete here at B. Still a correction here at B. Then we take our next sell setups going down. So we wait to see how price behaves, how B finishes, then we go down with it for this correction to complete for Home Depot. Our next stock was NIO. NIO, we are also waiting for this move to complete here around this region, around 40 region for our next buy setups to the upside. So that's for NIO. So for NEO, we are waiting for that one to complete this around this area, then we go back with it. Now for our next setup on stock, we are looking for Plug Power. Plug Power is also an American based company. It's also a good stock and a promising one. So for Plug Power, we can see that has already completed our first move here at 5. Yet this one can be our wave 1 here, then these 2. Now we're waiting for it to go up for another wave 3 back up. So we are biased to the upside for Plug Power. So we can take our buys around 24 area, then we go back with it and buy long term. Let's see where it's supposed to lead us to for Plug Power. Plug Power is supposed to go all the way to past over 80, around these regions above 80, and all the way to above $100 per share. So that's for Plug Power. Look for buy setups as well, around 24 regions, and buy long term for Plug Power. Now our next stock we want to play with AMC. Let's see how AMC has been performing. So if I take you back to analysis we did previous months for AMC. AMC is American company as well. Let's see how performed. So for AMC, let me take you back to AMC. This is AMC for June 17. June 17, we are waiting for sell setups for AMC. It was around this area. We're waiting for it to come down here and complete this move. It already completed the 5 impulsive moves up. So now we want corrective structure. So for AMC, we're waiting for it to sell. Let's see how the chart or how price behaved with the AMC. As you can see, price are already moving down from these regions, from 54 region, coming all the way down to this area. So waiting for it to complete around $18 per share, or around $20 per share for AMC. So that's for AMC. That's our next move for it. Let's see our next move, our next stock for it. So stocks are good, trade stocks if you can. They are very good. Target, let's see how Target is. Target, we're still biased on the downside. It's supposed to make a correction move, so we can also sell Target. It's supposed to come all the way down for the next impulsive move up. So look for sales on Target Corporation and hold them. Shell, let's see Shell. Rolled as Shell, we are waiting. We are very biased to the downside for Shell. We took this trade around 2 weeks ago for the sell setup. So it's supposed to move all the way to these regions here for it to continue another move up. So look for sell setups on around that Shell. So that's for that. And Nikola, let's see how Nikola is now. Nikola, we are biased on the upside. We did analysis for it. We are waiting for it to complete this move here for it. Now we can take our buy setups and go back with it. So look to buy Nikola Corporation and hold long term. Supposed to go above even $30 per share. Right now it's around $13 per share. It's supposed to go a bit higher for it. So look for buy setups for Nickel Corporation. Wheat is futures, it's under futures. Wheat may completed those 5 moves up, wave 5 ended here. So right now we are in wave C. Our wave B has already completed around 61.8 region. Our wave A completed here. So we did wave B. Right now we're waiting for wave C to complete. So we can look for sell setups for wheat, and you can go up to around 55.6 or around this region. Then you go another move impulse, move up. So that's for wheat. Wheat can also come down. It can also come down up to around 1460 area. This let me show you. It can also come back down here, because this 161.8 is also extension wave for wave C, and 100% can also be an extension move, a level for wave C as well. So we look for sell setups for this. We go down with it up to these levels, we take our profits, wait to see how the market will react around this area. So don't chase prices, wait for price to come to you so that you can now make an informed decision and trade it perfectly. So that's for currencies. That's for also stocks. Look to have a very good week. Something I've forgotten as well. There was an additional pair that was given to me last week to analysis on. BetUSD is a cryptocurrency, so you can look to buy it long term. It's supposed to go all the way back here to around 0.28. So long term, we are biased on BetUSD. You can take your buys. We posted this one on Friday. On Friday, we posted it. Let's see how it is. Yeah, here it is. Yep. So we did this on 23rd July. It was around this level here. So we're waiting for it to go up. So anyone who saw this early is already in some profits, moving up. So look to buy it this coming week or the long term. Supposed to give good returns in the coming months or years. So hold it long term, supposed to go all the way up. So trade responsibly, trade carefully, and with that, I wish you all a successful trading week. For those who want to trade stocks or those currencies that are not on the normal brokers or the common brokers, come to our website. Just go down. You can see our recommended brokers: what Forex, Trade, AxiTrade, Deriv, Capital, and Skilling. These last two, Capital and Skilling, they have those stocks and cryptocurrencies that are not in the common brokers. So open accounts with them. They are very good. Their deposit and withdrawals are very good. It takes around 24 hours for withdrawal. Deposit is instant. So just make sure you verify your accounts well. If you have any problem with the accounts, anything, just message them via the support option or send them an email. So from there, wish you all a successful trading week. And let me show you how our students have been performing in the mentorship groups. So we did a form to give to them to see how they are doing, how our mentees are doing, to rate our mentorship program, how much they've gained so far, how much they have done so far, and this was the response. This was the response I got, and we can say we are trying to do our best, our level best, to make sure at least they get the quality service of learning analysis and bettering also their trading journey. So we also would like you guys, if you have not yet started to learn, come join us on board. Come, we learn together how the market moves, how the wave analysis theory works, in stocks, currencies, well, in currencies as well. Just come. Learning is very broad. Don't lose money, and then start to trade. Learn fast. Get a good mentor to coach you how the basics of analysis, in depth of analysis, so that you don't make future mistakes. Trading can be easy, trading can also be hard. So have someone who can guide you in the right manner, in the right direction, so that you can make informed decisions and as well have a very good trading experience. All of us are trying to make a living from this market, but very few are making a living out of it. So make informed decisions, do well, don't rush things, and above all, keep your money management in check. Don't over-risk your account too much to gain more. Also consider whatever you are risking, what if it brings a loss? Will you be comfortable with a particular loss? If not, scale down your risk to the minimum and try and make consistent profits. Don't make $100 today and tomorrow you lose the whole amount. So try and do your level best, and above all, have a very good experience and have a very good week.